Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 26. If you're new to my channel, don't be alarmed. This is not a channel about plants or living rooms or moving or any of those things. This is a cross stitch, quilting, DIY, do all the things in the sewing textile Flosstube channel, I promise. But today, if you got a little change of scenery, if it's your first time here, you're in for a treat. This is not the normal thing. Usually I have a fabric wall behind me. Go back and look and you'll see I have a beautiful studio. Right now my studio is in boxes in the middle of moving, but I could not go another week. I've missed you guys. It's been like a long 10 days and I wanted to come on here and just give you a little bit of update. So I decided to take a Friday afternoon to take a break from packing and give y'all a little Stitchy goodness update, tell you what I've been working on, because if I didn't, oh my goodness, when I do come back, we would be here for, it'd be like a movie marathon. So instead, I've got my handy dandy list. We're sitting here in my room, so I tried to find, all my artwork is gone, all my quilts are down. I didn't have anything to put behind me besides this one plant that hasn't moved to the new house. So bear with me. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but I've got my list and we're just going to dive right in. So today, like I said, I haven't been here in a while. My Mania went to in a handbasket. And so, but I do have some whip updates. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Stitch Mania updates. I did get some stitching in on the pieces that I want to share with you guys. I've got some Stitchy kindness, some haul to share. I'm gonna give you a shop update, and at the end there's a life update. So just in case you're curious of like, what the heck has Kari been doing? So that's all the way at the end. But we're gonna dive right into the stitching because that's fun. So without further ado, Miss Mary is making an appearance today. So as you know, Mania had plans, got crazy, but in the moral of the story is my thought was that Miss Mary Morgan's, I have a SAL right here. So this is the Miss Mary Morgan's from Fox and Rabbit. This was a SAL and I thought I was putting her away for May. So I showed you guys her update at the end of April. You can go back and see where I was. So I showed you guys where I was then, but the reality of it is that I found myself reaching for her during this crazy time, and because there was some areas that I could just get stitching in. So let me show you how much progress we've got. How am I gonna back up? Oh, my plant's in my way. Sorry, like I said, I'm in my family room, the light's right there, so it's not too bad, but oh my goodness. If you go back and look, I didn't have any of that, what I'm calling the third quadrant, that's not third section? Quadrants are four. Thirds. Anyway, the bottom section, I didn't have any of that done. So I was able to get some of that stitching in, and then I'm almost done with the border. I ran out of one of the threads. I was able to pick it up on one of my trips to the Home Depot. The Michaels was right next door. So I popped in and got myself the missing floss, but I am almost to the point of now it's time to chart my special, what I'm gonna say. So I think I've told you guys before, right here is a Welsh biblical quotation. I won't be putting that in, and then I won't be putting the name in. I'm gonna personalize it and make it my own. I haven't quite decided exactly what I'm gonna say, which is why it's kind of on pause right this second. But what I do wanna show you that I've had a couple, few people ask me if I would share my charting. So just in case you're new, the original design and the original sampler did not have the letters I or Y. I decided mine needed a Y and an I. And so I went ahead and I charted it. And so this morning I found cleaning up my desk, found some graph paper. Perfect. So this took me no time. So screenshot this. I will see if I can upload it eventually to a blog post on my website. But for the meantime, if you're looking to stitch the I or the Y, here it is. my chart and how I charted it. Obviously, you don't use those colors. Use whatever colors. I stuck with the colors that were in the same next to, you can see here's the I. So I use the same colors as the I and the J, and then the Y, I use the same colors between the X and the Z. But just for charting purposes, I just grabbed 3 markers and charted it out. So hopefully that's helpful if you want to add the I and the Y to yours. And that's where we are with that update. So she's been getting a little attention because she was easy, and that border stitching is kind of like you don't have to read a chart. So if I have a little time, I was able to reach for her. So what I did do, sorry, referencing my notes so I don't forget, I feel like it's been so long since I came on here. I've come on Instagram a couple times just to say hi, do a little proof of life, as I call it when my kids don't text or respond to me. More Noah when he's in college. I'm like, mommy needs proof of life, just for. So I came on Instagram recently, just stories, give you a little update. So if you do participate in Instagram, I'd love for you to follow along over there. It's all the same goodness, just a little bit more frequently. And then also, just while I'm plugging, if you haven't subscribed to my channel here at Tiger Lily, I would love for you to subscribe. The channel is growing. I'm having so much fun. I've got big plans for the 5K. When we reach there, the celebration, hopefully, cross my fingers, we're going to be in the new studio by then, and it's just going to be crazy. Again, more on life update later on. So Stitch Mania. So review, Stitch Mania, here we are, May 20th. So my plans for Stitch Mania was, it's fill the bowl mania. And so I was doing all smalls, a theme per week, summer, spring, fall, and then all the other. And so when I planned this out back in February or March, I did not know what I had in store for me in May. So it kind of like didn't make it through the month, but don't worry. So the moral of the story is spring and summer, I was able to show you guys the featured designers for that week. And so hopefully you've gone back and you've watched some of the Stitch Mania from summer and spring. And I was able to actually stitch on a couple of those this week. So I thought it'd be fun as kind of a refresher, as well as let me just show you what I got. Just as to show you some of the things I've been stitching on. So one of them, super cute pattern. I don't remember the dates. I don't have my calendar with me, but this was definitely during summer week. It is Home Stitch Knits, berries in a basket. Cardinals are my jam. Love them. So I was able to get some more stitching in on this. So sweet. Sorry, the light, but it's almost done. The 2 colors I have charted. Let me show you my little project information cards. Remember, I will be adding these to my website, hopefully in June as well. Lots of things happening in June. But here's the color conversions I did on those flosses. The 2 Havana and Sandcastle that I charted and we're going to move, we're also in a summer week project. And if you look back on Instagram, I showed you, I'll insert a picture here. I finished that one. That was my one finish, and that was the Freebie Friday from that week. Sorry, I'm trying to sit on my knees. It's not that comfortable. And so those flosses were in that folder. But I finished it, and so then it went down to the finish section before it got packed, and those flosses got put away, not me remembering that I also charted them for this pattern. Eek. So, a little tricky. So I can't finish this one right now because those 2 flosses are packed away, but I was able to get some progress. So that's all it needs. I just need to finish the basket and then put some of those colors in the birds, and they'll be done and ready to go. So that was from Mania, and let's see, it was from May 4th. So if you go back, remember during Mania, each of the designers donated a giveaway for the day. So on May 4th, if you enter and if you watch that video, you'll get the keyword for the day, and there's still time to enter to win that pattern. Let me just show you some of the other ones. This is another one I was able to work on and get a little more stitching in since last time I showed you. This is the French Giraffe. Now she has a collection of 4B patterns, And the one from the day was the Queen Bee. Loved it. Of course, I did a little tiger lily twist on it. I did not stitch it on black. I stitched it on, let's reference my card, 14 count oatmeal. And so I got the crown stitched, and I was able to switch the bee to black because I'm not stitching it on black. So I'm making a couple changes as I go. This one's getting close. That one was fun. That one's from May 9th. So if you want to go back and enter into that one, watch the video, get the keyword, and enter to win. And last but not least, that got some work on it as well, was from Spooky and Steve. This was that sweet patriotic popsicle. So sweet. Got a little more stitching in. This is just crazy fill-in. So again, when I don't have a lot of brain power to read a pattern, easy fill-in is my jam. And this, we're using both 2 Mo's silks. I put these on playing cards. If you haven't seen, I have a cute tutorial on here on YouTube showing you guys how I kit up. No, actually, it's not kitting up. How I break up the hanks when you get a floss hank from Mo's Silk, and I separate it and make floss cards out of playing cards. So I will link that video down below if you want to check that out. Why did I bring that? Oh, you know why? I just made a stack right here on my ottoman of all the things we're going to chit chat about. And I'm like, what did I bring this over for? Okay, well, this is an extra bonus. So I told you that I finished summer and spring week during Mania, and then boxes took over. Well, so I was not able to come back and share with you guys Freebie Friday during summer week. So Freebie Friday for summer week is also today. Yay. What I've got, so what I did during those weeks is I found at least 4 patterns to share with you guys. So these are free patterns that are on the website. And so I will link them down below, different designers. And the 4 that I found for summer are right here. So there's the Summer You from Pinker Pumpkin. There's a July 4th pattern by Plum Street, a Be a Kind Soul by Not Forgotten Farm, and Grand Old Flag, also by Not Forgotten Farm. So I'm going to show these quickly because a lot of these, even though they're free patterns, there's no like stitched example for me to show you rather than just the chart. So I am, flying paperclip. I'm going to just show you Pinker and Pumpkin. It's this cute little sheep in a hat. And then, okay, sorry. So my son Noah was sitting on the stairs. He might have been in the video. We'll have to see. Oh, he might be just to the left. Anyway, he was coming down the stairs. He didn't want to interrupt me. But anywho, so that's the one. And then I have another one. This is a Be Kind Soul from Not Forgotten Farm. Yep. And this was a cute Grand Old Flag, also a freebie from Not Forgotten Farm. So sweet. All of these are perfect for little dough bowl patriotic finishes. But remember, I showed you 4, so that means I was stitching on the 4th one. Now the 4th one, super sweet. Again, it's chart only, so I'm not going to show it to, it's free. So, you know, I can show the chart, but I just feel like you should go to the designer's web page and download it from them. So they get the SEO credit and the Google and all that other website-y stuff. So it's called July 4th. It's a freebie from Plum Street Sampler. It's sized 50 by 57. I am stitching it on a 16 count Misty Blue. And here is the pattern. Now, I don't have to show it for too long because the stitching I have is pretty self-explanatory now. There we go. Yes, I know I've got 3 trails of red. I kind of like load my fabric sometimes with strands of fill in. So that way when I go back, all I have to do is thread the needle and stitch, thread the needle and stitch. So I kind of load it that way because this is on 16 count. So I'm using 2 strands. And so I took 1 strand from the, what am I using? Buckeye Scarlet. I took 1 strand out, separated it into 3 sections of 2, and then I loaded it into the flag. So next time I've got some time just to sit in front. I don't even have to think. I just load a needle and get to stitching. So that is super sweet. It's going to be such a cute little addition to the patriotic dough bowl. I don't have yet, but it's gonna be so sweet. Buckeye Scarlet, the blue is a Mauve Silk. Here it is. Sorry, my little table organization, not so fantastic. So this is a Mauve Silk, and it's the color Flick. It's got great variegation. Again, I will link Mauve Silk down below. If you don't know what that is, go back and watch a couple of my other previous videos. I talk about her pretty regularly. Love them. Let's see. Reference my little cheat sheet. So we've talked about spring and summer mania. Okay, remember. So what I was telling you guys is that every day during mania, we only had the first 2 weeks. There were only 7 episodes, I think, where there was a giveaway every day. And so you needed to go and use the keyword for the day. You still have some time to go back and binge watch a couple of those episodes and enter into the giveaways, because I am going to do the giveaways, pull the winners on June 3rd. So that is 2 weeks from today, Friday, Flosstube, June 3rd. I'm going to be honest with you, that's probably the next time you're going to see me here on Flosstube. There's a chance, because in full disclosure, here's the 5 weeks, here's the 5 stitches for fall week. And I've stitched on them all. What? I know. I've done at least an hour. Some of them have gotten a couple hours on them, but all 5 of them for the fall week of Mania are stitched and done and so awesome. And I want to share them with you. Remember, they're all independent Etsy designers or their own website designers. Hopefully there's somebody new to you, but there's some great things for your fall double. The good thing is it's only May, so we have plenty of time. I just don't know if I'm going to have 50 minutes, but it's really the editing and all the video shooting and all the things. So it's coming. I promise I will share the fall. I just don't know when, but I have them and they're super fabulous. Okay. But at least the spring and summer winners will be chosen on June 3rd. If I can somehow, the miracle happens and time is just swimming in it, I don't even know. And I can get the fall ones filmed and shot and shared with you, then they'll be included in June. Otherwise, the fall stitching will happen in June and I'll pull those winners later. But the moral of the story is lots more fun stitching to come. Stay tuned, subscribe. You don't want to miss it, because the fall doubles, I promise, are some fantastic ones, which is why I couldn't not stitch on them. So that's the whips and the Mania update. June 3rd is when I'm going to do the winners. So now let me do my stitching kindness and haul to share with you guys. Okay, so I've had Stitchy Kind. You guys are so sweet. I love this community. Love it. You guys are reaching out to me on Instagram and wishing me well wishes for my move and the busy season of my life that's right now. And it's just so sweet. Thank you so much. I had 2 sweet, kind ladies use the Buy Me a Coffee link that I have in my description box down below. Kathy and Maureen, thank you so much. They utilize that Buy Me a Coffee, which helps for shipping. Although our giveaways this month are all PDFs, so no shipping needed. Next month's giveaways, the extravaganza, hopefully associated with the 5K subscribers, is going to have lots of tangible items that will need to get shipped out. So I appreciate your guys' donation to the channel. Thank you. 2 other Stitchy kindnesses came in the mail. I was just blown away. The first one is from a sweet friend. Her name is Laura, and we've kind of like become friends, and she's going to be at the Annabella's stitching retreat. And so I get to meet her and like in real life. How fun is that? And then I'm doing a quilt for her daughter. It's going to be so much fun, but she was so sweet. So this won't make sense to you until you get the life update, but she was just like, I saw this. Do you have this? No, I don't have it. Well, I'm going to send it to you. Okay, you'll understand later. But I was just so moved and touched that she thought of me. She was on Etsy and she's like, you don't have this. You need this in your life. Thank you, Laura. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to stitch this. And I will tell you that once I got this, then I went down a different rabbit hole, but that's haul. So let me stick with Stitchy Kindness for just a hot minute. And then sweet, sweet Chris from across the pond. She is so sweet, and she's been a good Stitchy friend on Instagram, and she chit chats with me all the time. And so she sent me this sweet little package. And oh, the card. There was a sweet little card, and I thought I had put it back in the box. Well, I opened it, and I get this packet, and it's like that tissue, like pattern paper, tissue paper. And oh, here it is. So sweet. Such a sweet little card from Chris. Thank you. And I open it up, and I was just so excited. I have never heard of this company. It's from the UK, I'm guessing. Jessie Corley. And so this is the postcard for the website. And so then it's like this little, and so I opened it up. Okay. First, I thought this was a print, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so gorgeous. I can't wait to frame this and hang this in my studio. But then, no, that's not what it is. It's not a print. I opened it up. Sorry for the crinkling. I open it up, and it's like a linen embroidered, it's like a linen texture, and it's screen printed. So this is an enclosed template that has been printed in my favorite shade of blue ink. The ink is permanent. You stitch and cover the ink process using your favorite combination of threads and fabrics, using the image's overleaf as inspiration. The simple technique is you use fabric threads, scraps, and so, okay, so cute. And then the second and third piece of the package, so cute, is it comes with this assortment, beautiful fabric scraps that you will use to like hand embroider on this. And then there's some needles, so cute. Hold on. And then look at this. I mean, the packaging was just bonkers. This is called Avocado Dyed Thread. What? So fun. You can see the variegation. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this was definitely like an avocado pit. And all the different shades of like a golden brown, and she's wrapped it around this twig, and it's stamped and it's handwritten. I mean, the presentation on this hand-done package is just pretty awesome. Here is the website to the company if you wanted to check her out. Jessie Corley. She's been in business since 2005. A lot of her pieces say that. This was so sweet of Chris to think of me and procure this sweet little package and send it to me. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Oh, such a love, such a hug. Okay, and so I told you that was the Stitchy Kindness, so sweet. And so then it took me down my own little rabbit hole because you can never have enough. Now, I fabric dye. Actually, Patrick fabric dyes. The colors, like the blues and the greens and the purples and the pinks. Do we have a green yet? Anyway, but it's the sampler colors. And there's a couple samplers that I'm in love with right now. Once Mary Morgan's is done, I have to decide between two kind of funky samplers. I think I've showed you guys one in haul already, and I talked about one before too. I have to decide which one is going to be my next like funky sampler. But I had to start collecting the fabric to choose on my Funkly sampler. So I went to one of my favorite, it is not one, it is my favorite hand dyer, and it's Sue from LFA Linens. Now, sorry, I know, crinkle. Spoiler alert, one of the fall patterns for Mania is on, I stitched it on 18 count, and that is because the pattern was a little bigger than normal, but I still wanted it to be a dough bowl, so I went down to 18 count. 20 count kind of gives me a little funky, I don't enjoy it as much, so I'm like, okay, let's try 18 count. And I had a piece of 18 count from Fat Quarter Shop. It was just, I don't remember even what fabric it is, but I didn't hate it, was the moral of the story. And so I was like, well, then I need to collect some new sampler colors from the sweet ladies at LFA Linens, which are, you get them from Tree. So this is Rachel and Sue. I will link them down below. They are a tag team, two separate sides of the country. One of them's a hand dyer. One of them like kits things up and does things. That's where I got my Mary Morgan kit. She's doing the Biscornu along. If you don't watch her Flosstube, like, link her down below. You need to go check her out. They are just the funnest people to watch. So sweet. And their fabric is bonkers awesome. So I decided I needed to get some sampler colors. And I'm not going to pull them out of the package, which is not doing them a service. But just trust you me, they're gorgeous. This is a fat half of Low Tide. Now, the cool thing about LFA, lots of cool things, but one of the really awesome things about them is they probably have 6 to 8 different browns. Not browns, but like sampler browns, and they're all modeled, hand dyed, and so that's awesome. But what's also awesome is they have 14 count, 16 count, 18 count, 28 count, 32. They have all the things. So no matter what you stitch on, now sometimes it gets sold out because Sue is a one-woman dye shop. She is not a factory. She is dyeing in Massachusetts or Connecticut or somewhere in the Northeast. And she's just, you know, getting it done in her dye kitchen. And so give them some time. But I was able to score 2 different colors of these gorgeous sampler browns to add to my collection so that I could pull from later on when I want to kit things up. So one of them is a fat half and it's called Low Tide. And her descriptions of the colors are really great. And I should have looked them up so that I could speak to them before. And this one's a little lighter. And this one's called Dunes at Dusk. And I got a whole yard of that one because I liked it. And I thought, the one I'm going to need, it might use the whole, like, it won't be a whole yard. But then I needed to have some just because it's a good, great basic color from my stash. And I'm kind of excited about trying the 18 count by Sue. It looks really sweet. The boxes are tight and the modeling. I stitch in hand. I don't stitch in a hoop. And so it can't be super soft, but it can't be super hard. It's like the perfect texture. Perfect mix of what I love. So that was my haul package, and it just happened to not make it into a box this week, so I thought I'd show it to you. And that's the end of the Stitchy Kindness and haul. So 2 more quick little segments, and then we're going to be gone for the day. So hopefully this won't be like bonkers awesome long. But 2 things. I wanted to give you a little shop update. Now, if you're new here, Tiger Lily, that's my business. Now, you can't tell I'm a business. I'm sitting here in my living room with a plant and my couch. Normally, I have my studio behind me, my fabric wall. You can see all like 1,000 yards of fabric in every rainbow color. I quilt, I stitch, I sell all kinds of different things. Right now, my shop is basically just PDF patterns only because I cannot produce a tangible product right now as everything is packed up in transition. That's more of the life update. But the point of the story is I do have an anticipated, I know I sell on the 15th. I launched my Project Keepers, and Liz from Liz Matthews, she was so sweet. This week she had a freebie. Oh my goodness, have you seen it? Again, I will link her down below. But Liz released such a sweet little friendship basket, I think is what she called it. So awesome little pattern for you to share, Stitchy friends. Oh my gosh, you need to watch her video because she explains it and it's beautiful. And I can't decide. I'll have to think of a couple Stitchy friends to send it to share with because that's just so fun. And she also showed she was able to grab one of my vintage stitching Project Keepers from the April release, and she shared it with everybody. That was so sweet. Thank you. I did not have a May capsule collection of Project Keepers, if you didn't notice, but I will June, cross my fingers, all and toes, June 15th. I've got the vintage stitching, I've got the fabric, I just need to get to sewing. So I'm hoping that June 15th, I will have at least something for you guys to come back and maybe add to your collection, add to your wish list, and see how things go with that. That's the project. That's my shop update. So it's coming, and it kind of merges into my life update. So like I said, if you're new here, this will make no sense to you. But if you've been around for a while, Tiger Lily, I started my YouTube channel back in August, and that was my son was going to college. My son Noah's home. He came home, I don't even know, 3 weeks ago. I feel like it's so great every day having him here. And then my daughter is graduating high school this year. And so my son was a freshman. My daughter's graduating high school. It is like busy time. So like, why wouldn't I move at the same exact time? Because it's the market. Like, I'm not going to get into real estate with you, but it's the time. And Patrick and I are starting our new lives together. And so I didn't share it as the life was going because I didn't want to jinx anything. I wanted it all to be like done. So I sold my house. It was fantastic. Perfect. I couldn't have gone smoother. We have since procured a house and closed on that, and now we're in the mess. Like, it is serious. The movers come in T-minus 7 days, people. So next Friday, when I should be sitting and filming a Flosstube, no, I will be directing movers to take my items from Purcellville, Virginia, which is in Loudoun County, to Mount Vernon. Now remember the Mount Vernon Christmas thing? So I'm so excited. The house that we got is less than a mile. It's actually 0.7 miles away from George Washington's Mount Vernon. Beautiful land. It's actually on George Washington's land, our home. Oh my gosh, I love everything about it, and it's going to be great, and I can't wait to start putting our lives together. And my studio space, oh my gosh, you guys, I mean, it is bonkers. I am one super lucky lady because this space is bonkers awesome. I've always been in a basement. Thankfully this basement space, I had one window with a little bit of light. This new room has 3 windows that look out into the front. And there's actually, I can't wait to take you on a tour. I can't wait to share you, like, as I put it together. It's going to be, I've been Pinteresting myself crazy, trying to design a couple different things. You know, my fabric wall will be the same, but my desk space and my sewing space is going to be configured different because the space is different. And I'm trying to utilize every space and every nook and cranny and get all the things in there. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to do it. But in the meantime, I need to pack all the boxes. So I've been packing crazy 12, 15 hours a day, running carloads of things. That's what this pile is right here. You can tell. So, you know, there's some things that movers can't move, like plants. I'm a plant lady. This is the one last plant that hasn't moved. I've moved a lot of the plants already to the new house. This one hadn't moved. It was upstairs. So right now I've got the movers don't move, a lamp and a plant, things like that I will be moving slowly. I take a trip every other day. I kind of like pack for 12 hours one day, and then I drive because it's about an hour and a half away, hour and 20 minutes depending on traffic from where I am now. So it's a time thing, but we're having so much fun. Oh my goodness, that's my update. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I'm so excited. I can't wait. The space is going to be bonkers. It's going to be awesome. And the stitching and the quilting, and I'll be able to do so many different things and tutorials and quilting quilts with me and teaching like the space and the camp. It's going to be great. 2022, maybe 2023, depending on how long it takes me to make the studio exactly what I want it. It's going to be so much fun, and hopefully you guys stick around and check it out with me. That is my Flosstube today. Oh my goodness. Whips and stitch and kindness and oh my. But thank you so much for coming and checking me out. I hope I brightened your Friday. I would love for you to follow. I'd love for you to follow me on Instagram and share and stitch. And I just love to chit chat with you guys. This social media is about community. And I just view this as just a way, like all the friends, you guys, it's just so much fun. Okay, so I hope you and your family are doing well and you're getting some good stitches in, and I will see you next time, friends. Happy stitching.